More tournament. The star AJ Dybantsa facing on Texas, who had to play in the play-in game. How would that help them? Momentum. It wasn't stopping AJ Dybantsa last night. 20 points in the first half. BYU trails by 7. Then Dybantsa, open space. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Here comes Dalen Swain, though. These Longhorns, they were up 12. That was a whirling dervish underneath. They did about everything they needed to do following the play and win. Bucket and foul. Texas up 8. And Jordan Pope in the corner. Boy, it was hook 'em last night. Dybantsa 35 points, 10 rebounds. Texas goes on to win 79-71. And all he did was muster 35 points, the most by a freshman in their NCAA tournament debut all time. For the year, he finished with 894 points, the third most by a freshman in D1 history, behind Kevin Durant and Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, formerly known as Chris Jackson. Both Durant and Jackson were picked in the top 3 of the NBA draft. Dybantsa projected number 2 overall in the latest mock draft.
People forget how nasty Jackson was.
He was back
in the nasty.
Back in the day. We're going to go to the present day as Farham back with us. Farham, did Dybantsa do enough to say, you know what, I know I'm 2 in the mock, but I'm actually the number 1 overall pick?
He's been number 1 all season for me. I mean, how do you watch him and not immediately close your eyes and believe that he's going to be a star at the next level? There's holes in his game that he has to improve, but he's accomplished everything you could ask. He broke Kevin Durant's Big 12 tournament scoring record. He's a first-team All-American. He led the nation in scoring. 3rd highest scoring by a freshman, as you guys just showed up on that graphic. And when Richie Saunders went out, he took his game to a whole nother level. He scored over 20-plus points in each of the last 14 games in which he played. There's not much more you could ask from AJ Dybantsa. 6'9", 40-inch vertical leap, smooth with the ball in his hands, the ability to facilitate and make those around him better. He's as elite as you will find in a draft that has a lot of elite players.
Yeah, that's a good segue, because you start looking at it, it's like, well, Dybantsa's really good, but there's also 5 other players. Peterson's good. Like, this is a loaded draft, Farham.
It is. It's the most loaded draft we've probably seen since 2003. And you look at the way Darius Acuff has continued to close throughout the course of this season. Darren Peterson, still obviously a very talented player that has had some issues of being on the floor and consistency of being out there. Cam Boozer and what he's done at Duke. It's loaded. But I think the energy that AJ Dybantsa played with this year separates him a little bit more, especially when you talk to NBA scouts, you talk to general managers. A lot of people that you talk to down the stretch of the season, it's just the more they fell in love with his ability to draw fouls, lift defensive players, and they feel with the more open space of the NBA that he's going to have a lot more success even at that next level.
You're just watching highlights of the reason we have a tanking problem in the NBA. Texas now, we have to fast forward to them because they actually did get the win. They move on against 3-seeded Gonzaga. What do you like in this game, Joe?
Gonzaga did not look all that great yesterday, but you don't want to get caught up in that. However, we do want to play Texas in this matchup. I'm not the only one who thinks it. This game opened Gonzaga -7. Money immediately came in on Texas and knocked it down to 5.5. Stylistically, it could be a tough matchup for the Zags offensively. They generate most of their offense, and the mid-range defends that area very well. And as we know, this time of year, free throws very important. We'll continue to preach it. Texas with a significant edge in the free throw department. So if I'm catching 5.5 and I've got the better free throw shooting team, I'm interested in Texas.
The key as well is always finding one of those teams that play in the play-in, because one of them inevitably finds some confidence. They make a run in the tournament. We'll see if that's in fact Texas. Time now for the wake-up call. Drama between High Point and Wisconsin. An amazing call from Jimmy Rosselli and Griffin Wright from High Point Student Radio.
Takes it in bounds. 9 seconds. Boyd wants it inside. Tries. 6 seconds. Blood! Now Boyd, they launch down court. Anderson gets it. Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story in Portland, Oregon. For the first time in program history, High Point breaks through. We will see you in the round of 32.
Yes! That is amazing.
Yes!
That is amazing. By the way, everyone in their career works for the moment, for that resume reel moment.
Yes!
Farham, how beautiful was that when they're sitting there, they're like they can't help themselves.
The serious question is, first of all, I love the passion, get goosebumps just thinking about it. But how about my man's flow? His hair? I mean, that's some good lettuce up top. But no, I love the fact that you sit there and they gave into that moment and leaned into it. That's just awesome. If he would have thrown in a boom goes the dynamite, it would have been complete.
I was just going to say, that is boom goes the dynamite 2.0.
One of the smartest things we started doing in the last 5 to 10 years was putting the camera up to film these moments.
Yeah.
Obviously, TV, you've got it, but with the radio guys on the call, this makes it all. You're going to have that for the rest of your life. You're on Get Up this morning because your call
How
was
about my man retaining? I'm guessing Rosselli's the one on the right. It's like we're holding him back. I mean, this is absolutely
I
incredible.
think he's the color analyst, right? Like, he's the analyst of the game, and he's just stopped talking. So good on him, by the way.
It's like the Bama-Auburn kick 6. They're just losing their minds up in the booth.
Two things. One, for those of you that don't know, Fortenbaugh's background is in radio.
Yeah.
Face for radio, which back in the day, we didn't have these little cameras.
What does this have to do with anything?
We didn't have the cameras to show the radio call, which is really good. We didn't have that advanced technology. The other thing, Chase Johnston, unlikely that made the game-winning bucket, had not made a 2-point bucket all season. He didn't make a 2-pointer. He didn't make it
I think
all
he was
year.
shocked. He was shocked that he made a 2-point field goal. You could look on his face. He goes, "Did I just do that? Like, I only hit threes. What am I doing?"
Farham, how is that possible? You make 68 threes and you don't just backdoor your way into a layup.
No, I mean, he's had an incredible season, by the way. I mean, like you saw him in the highlight, you showed him hitting the 3 from the logo. But he got loose. He got out in front of everybody. They gave him the ball. And this is your first make, and it's the most memorable make of your entire career, is that 2-point field goal, not all the threes that he made throughout the course of the season, because now his team advances. They've won 22 out of 23.
Are you buying High Point as a high point in this tournament?
That's a wonderful performance, but again, you're going to be a double-digit dog in the next round. That's the thing. So, like, to be able to put this together 2 in a row, no. We liked him yesterday. That was nice, but to do it 2 in a row. To Farnham's point, the look on his face when he converted the 2, I almost think he was looking around seeing if he was going to get called for a walk, because you're thinking, like, there was no dribbling. From the recovery of the ball to the outlet to the score, there's a single dribble taken.
By the way, how are you going to stomp on High Point this morning? We just showed their radio call. They just had the update, and you're sitting here.
You asked the question. Don't ask the question if you don't like the answer. Like, I'm going to give you the honest answer, man.
That's true. That's why Joe Fortenbaugh's here. Farnham, great stuff, radio boy. This is your moment here. We got some best bets on today's date. Like, we had, to be serious, like, you were good yesterday.
We cooked, but we got to move on to Friday.
Okay, so let's move on.
All right, so let's begin with Santa Clara. We'll take the points against Kentucky. Kentucky a little overvalued, in my opinion, here, because they're a blue blood going up against a team that doesn't necessarily get the recognition that a lot of these teams get. Kentucky's lost 6 of 10 coming in. Santa Clara can play. These guys have an offense. They shoot well. They protect the ball. They rebound on the offensive glass. We'll take the 2.5. This could be one of your surprise upsets of the day. So we're going to begin Santa Clara plus the 2.5 over Kentucky. Akron plus 7.5 over Texas Tech. Red Raiders are limping in both literally and figuratively. They've lost and failed to cover in 3 straight. On top of that, no JT Toppin. 22 points, 10 boards, 54% shooter out of action. Meanwhile, Akron, they play fast. They knock down their threes. They can shoot free throws. And as we saw yesterday, mid-majors cooking. VCU gets the win. High Point gets the win. Let's lean into Akron.
Trendy for everyone's on Akron.
Everyone's on Akron. It's okay. Everyone can win time and time again. Think about Seattle in the Super Bowl. And then finally, Northern Iowa plus the 9.5 over St. John's. I think the Johnnies are a tad overvalued because we just saw them destroy UConn in the Big East championship game. The key to this game is looking at the total. It's 131.5. That is a really low over-under. What does that mean? If it's a low-scoring game, those 9.5 in our pocket are going to be very, very valuable with a top 25 defense that plays at a really slow pace. St. John's is an average free throw shooting team. So again, late in the game, if you're down and you're fouling and they're going to the line, if they're missing, we're in business.
Again, Fortenbaugh, great day yesterday. Can he back it up on a Friday heading into the weekend? Who's your upset pick, Sean?
I love that you continually talk about his great day as far as his purple attire yesterday, his green attire today. I think that's really nice of you, Matt. That's very nice. I'll go with Akron and Texas Tech. And the reason is, I mean, as Joe talked about, is you talk about the injuries that the Red Raiders have suffered down the stretch. I mean, this was the big one, JT Toppin, who's the only player in college basketball to be in the top 10 in points and rebounds per game. He went down with the ACL injury. I was on the call of that game. It was unfortunate to see him go down, one of the great players in college basketball this season. And then Christian Anderson, the last time we saw him, that happened. That was on the glass floor, and it disrupted pull of groin. Now, how is he going to play today? He is so important to what they do. He's the head of their offense and, more importantly, the head of their defense. And when you look at Akron, Akron's got the ability to knock down those three-point shots. They take care of the basketball. John Gross's team has played with tremendous momentum coming into this NCAA tournament. That's why you put them on upset alert. They average almost 11 made threes per game, and they have shooters all over the floor. So when you collapse on any drive and they can draw two, they're going to be kicking to wide open shooters on the outside. Look for the Zips, if they can stay hot from the outside, to have the potential to pull off this upset.
Well said. Really well said. We're aligned. There's nothing you need.
There's nothing more. All right.
That's the play.
And Farnham, as I said yesterday, ESPN's Kim Mulkey is not going to disappoint you. He's going to come correct with some of the best.
Yesterday was diamonds and pearls.
Yeah,
diamonds
yesterday
and pearls,
was
a little Prince action.
Yeah, today he looks like a pressed green juice or a
Top of the
Master's
morning to you,
jacket
Joe.
gone wrong.
We got to go. You're hosting the show. We got to go.
Or
We
the
don't have
Wizard
time
of
for all
Oz.
this. We don't have time for all this.
Coming up, Detroit's disruption. How much trouble are the Pistons?